Good morning children. Today we are going to discuss about properties of soil one by one. There are three properties. Okay. And these three properties determine the type of soil. Okay. First property is absorption of water. Children, we will do the activity for this to show this absorption of water in soil. What we will do, we will take two conical flasks. Conical flasks, they are like this. Okay. We will take two conical flasks. And we will take two funnels. We will put the funnel in this. Okay, place the funnels over the conical flask as shown here. Next step is line the funnel with filter paper. Okay, line the funnel with filter paper. Place sand in one funnel. Here we are placing sand. And clay in other funnel. This is clay. Okay, now pour 500 ml of water in each funnel. Pour how much water? 500 ml water in each funnel. Observe and note down the amount of water collected in each flask in 5 minutes. Your time is how much? 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we will find how much water is collected here and how much is here. Okay. And after that, what we will do? Initial amount we have poured how much? 500. And after 5 minutes, here how much is collected? We will minus it from this 500. And how much is collected here? We will minus from 500. Okay, initial amount is 500 and this final amount water collected here. And how much is not there? Suppose here is collected 450 ml. Suppose we are going to subtract it from here. How much water is not there? Where it has gone? This 50 ml is absorbed by the sand. Okay, suppose here we are getting 250 ml. So where 250 ml has gone? It is absorbed by the clay. So which absorbs more? Clay absorbs more water. Is this clear, children? First is what? Absorption of water in soil. Which soil absorbs more water? Clayey soil. Now second property of soil is moisture in soil. Okay. Second property is moisture in soil. When we take a bit of soil and heat it in a test tube. This already I have told you. Okay, we have taken soil and when we heat it in a test tube, what will happen? We will see tiny droplets of water condensing near the mouth of the test tube. Soil contains some amount of water in the form of moisture. This is what? Moisture. Okay, this is the second property. We can estimate the moisture content of the soil by the look and feel of it. By look and feel of it. Like if we see the desert soil, what is the moisture content? Almost nil, very less. Okay, we can by look and by feel we can check the moisture in the soil. Okay. moisture content of the soil. Soil moisture helps to determine when it needs to be irrigated. Like in your garden, when you see soil is dry, you want to give the water after that. So by look and feel, we can check the moisture in the soil. Third property is percolation rate. Percolation rate of water in soil. Percolation rate of water in soil. Children, what is this percolation rate? What is this percolation rate? The rate in which water exits the soil is known as its percolation rate. In the first property I had shown you that more water comes out from sandy soil and less water comes out, exits from the clayey soil. So this is the percolation rate. Different soil have different percolation rate. For proper plant growth, it is important to check percolation rate of water in soil. You know children, some crop they require more water, some crops they require less water, some moderate amount of water. So we can grow those crops or vegetables or fruits according to the percolation rate of soil. Water will pass rapidly after it is in well-drained soil like sandy soil. Water pass rapidly after it is irrigated. On the other hand, soil with poor percolation like clay soil will hold too much of water for a long time. Okay, now I am going to discuss an activity. What is the activity? To find out percolation rate of water in the soil. For this, what we will do? We will dig 3 holes. Okay, dig 3 holes, fill 3/4 and what after that what we will do, and we will place 3 plastic pipes upright in them. 3 plastic pipes we are going to place here, and 3/4 of this we are going to fill with the different type of soil. Okay. First, I am going to fill with the clay. This is what? Clay. Second, we are going to fill with the sand. And third, with the loam. Now we are going to rest. This is 3/4 part we have filled with the soil. Now fill the remaining 1/4 part with the water. Okay. Now fill the remaining 1/4 of each pipe with water and measure the amount of water. Pour the same amount of water in each of the samples. Now we are going to see. Now we will measure the time. Okay, in which note the time when your poured water when you pour water into the soil sample and the time it taken for all water to be absorbed. We will check the time. How much time this clay takes to absorb water? The water here present here. How much sandy soil takes time? And how much loamy soil. Now according to you children, which soil is going to take less time and take more time? Yes, sandy soil take very less time and clay soil will take more time, but loamy soil take less than clay soil and more than sandy soil. Okay, and one formula we are going to follow to find out the percolation rate. What is that formula? What is the formula of percolation rate? Suppose PR is what? Percolation rate. Formula: amount of water in milliliter. Amount of water in ml upon percolation time in minutes. Percolation time in minute. By this formula we can find out the percolation rate of any type of soil. Okay children, so this is clear to all of you. Now children, what happened to water when it falls on cemented ground? You know, the percolation in cemented ground is very less. Why? Cemented ground is porous to some extent. Tiny pores are there, but very not too many. Okay, but the porosity of a cemented floor is very low as compared to the soil, and therefore water absorption is very slow in cemented floor. Most of the water that falls on a cemented floor evaporates or run off, and only a very small amount seeps through a cemented ceilings. And cemented ceilings have to be specially treated to make them waterproof. Why we make them waterproof? So water logging cannot take place, otherwise what will happen? Seepage will take place. So children, we will discuss what? Soil suitability for crops. Soil does not have the same properties everywhere, and therefore different varieties of plants can grow in different areas. Children, example, white wheat primarily comes from Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. The major rice producing states are Punjab, Andhra Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. A soil suitable for growing crop has to be fertile. Fertile means rich in nutrient. Plants take the nutrients from the soil. Okay, soil fertility refers to the capacity of the soil to provide nutrients in adequate amounts and in proper balance for the growth of plant. For plants to grow well, factors such as light is very important, moisture is important, temperature is important, etc. Okay, there are many factors for the growth of soil associated. They are associated with soil. Not soil alone is sufficient to grow the plants. Okay, to make the soil more fertile, some adjustments are done to its property. These adjustments are alteration of pH. First is what? Alteration of pH. What is pH? First you understand this pH. Children, acidity and alkalinity you must be knowing. Acid and base. What are alkaline? The bases which can dissolve in water. Okay. Acidity or alkalinity affects the ability of plant root to take up mineral from the soil. If soil is more acidic or more alkaline, then it affects the soil. A fertile soil should have neutral pH. Neutral pH is what? 7. Okay. So, calcium carbonate is added to acidic soil if soil is acidic in nature. Any field soil is acidic in nature. To make it neutral, what we will add? Base. Which base? Calcium carbonate. Which base? Calcium carbonate. Children, I am writing the formula. Okay. So you must learn this formula. Calcium carbonate is added to acidic soil to raise the pH or make it more alkaline. Peat is added to alkaline soil. Suppose now the soil is alkaline or more basic in nature. What we will add? Peat. Peat is, what is the nature of peat? Acidic in nature. Okay. Peat is added to alkaline soil to lower the pH and to make it acidic, little acidic. Soil with a low air content has high water content. Low water content means the particles are there, and in this particle, between the two particles of soil in place of air, what is there? If air is not there, then what would be there? Water is there. What is there? In mangrove plants grow in such areas. So soil with the low air content has high water content and so is heavy and difficult to work with. It can be improved by drainage of water from the soil by applying. Fertilizers are added to a soil that has low mineral content. So where the water is more and air is less, so there we drain the water, try to drain the water by artificial methods, by applying and other methods. And if the soil is not rich in mineral nutrient, then what we will do? We will add fertilizers and manure. Fertilizers and manure. Manure are natural fertilizers. Okay, and two types of fertilizers, natural fertilizers and chemical fertilizers. So manure are natural fertilizers and chemical fertilizers are chemicals which are rich in nitrate, phosphate, potassium and magnesium. So this way we make the soil rich or fertile so that we can grow plant properly. Okay children, thank you.